For the new era, the one thing I'm looking forward to the most, and I think SmackDown really proved that this is possible, is bringing back all the old dudes like Randy Orton and The Miz and letting them wrestle on live television. Hi guys, thanks for watching Mom Talks Wrestling. I'm Mom. This week I'm going to talk about Raw and SmackDown. First of all, let's just talk about SmackDown real quick. It sucks. I was so bored watching it. I feel like I don't even know what happened. The only thing that stood out to me was the fact that Dolph Ziggler pinned Dean Ambrose. Other than that, I didn't like anything else about it. I mean, the women on there are wrestling, but for what? Nothing. They bring out everyone again. It's like a whole women's feud. Okay, we don't care. I don't care. Do you care? I mean, it just sucks. Like, literally, this is how I got to watch SmackDown. Or how it played on my TV was the women all came out, and then all of a sudden, Eva Marie's disgusting promo came on, and she came out looking like she is a lingerie model. And so it's like, okay, but then nothing happened. It just cut to commercial. We didn't see her wrestle. It was just like, why are you wasting my time looking at her? Like, we get it, she's beautiful, but I want to get behind a character or a wrestler that has like some kind of background and a story and talent and can be somewhat good on the mic. She is none of those things. And if she is those things, then give her an opportunity to prove it instead of making her come out and flaunt her stuff. Like I said, we don't need to be told she's beautiful. She is beautiful. But like, are we past the beauty aspect of wrestling? I mean, it's more than that now. It's not just like women parading themselves around. It's like women who have a purpose and women who are strong and women who can do what the guys can do, which is wrestle and do super awesome tricks. Do you know what I mean? Like, why are we still stuck in this? Like, I feel like we're only stuck there with Eva Marie, like this Attitude Era idea of how women should be, and I don't like it at all. Like, if she were to come out and look beautiful but be super tough, then I'd get behind it. But she doesn't even try. She just comes out to try and be seductive. And I'm allowed to say that because in her promo it says that she's seductive. I don't know. It just rubs me the wrong way. It just rubs me raw. So let's talk about Raw. So much better than SmackDown. The commentary is great. Everyone seems to be really into it. I mean, I love the graphics. I just, like, the first thing that sticks out to me is the women's match. I mean, since I had talked about SmackDown ladies, let's talk about the Raw ladies. Like, it was amazing. And I'm so happy for Sasha. I mean, it's fun to see that title change hands to someone who totally deserves it. But the dive that Sasha did, I thought for sure she was going to, like, break her neck. That looked intense. So anyone who can wrestle with such ferocity and passion and like tenseness totally deserves the title. I mean, not only is she attractive, which I guess is what WWE cares about. I mean, I get it. There has to be some kind of like, you have to look good also doing your job, right? I mean, it just makes sense. So she's attractive, she's spunky, she's sassy, and she's talented, and I like listening to her on the mic. Like, she encompasses what women's wrestling should be. Same with Charlotte. I feel the same way about Dana Brooke, you know? So why can't there be a league like that on SmackDown? And you know what? If SmackDown's so focused on actual, like, looks, I feel like that's what it is. At least that's how I felt. They're, like, kind of forcing that down our throats. Then SmackDown needs to just be like a Divas division and focus on the girls who are on Total Divas and let the Total Divas storyline bleed over into SmackDown. That would be interesting. I would love that. You know, they used to do that for Raw and it made like Monday and Tuesday really exciting so I could see how everything was intertwined. But, you know, that faded away once everyone got hurt. I don't know. I just like I want women's wrestling. I want them to fight for something. They're just as deserving as the guys are. So speaking of which, are we going to have a women's tag team title? I mean, I don't know. Okay, so Raw gave the WWE Universal Championship belt to Seth Rollins. Yay. But then I saw on Twitter that everyone was making like remarks about the championship belt, and I guess like, is it because that it has a long name and it doesn't have quite the ring to it, or why? I don't understand. Anyway, I'm excited that there's this new belt. The Fatal 4-Way matches, Reigns won his, Finn won his. Okay, so Finn and Reigns wrestle. The entire time, all I could think was, great. Like, Finn is so amazing, yet they're gonna make him wrestle Roman Reigns just for Roman Reigns to like squash him. And of course my husband's like, he's turning heel, which I'm smart enough to know that he's not gonna turn heel because I've said this before a bajillion times. He should have turned heel after the TLC match, but he didn't. He looked like he might, like he was going to, but that never happened. And I just don't think he has it in him. Like, I think he'd be better as a heel. I would totally like him if he was a heel. But I don't think that's in his future. And honestly, right now, I just think he's going to be a mid-card guy. And I'm happy with that. So, at first, I will say this, so the internet wrestling community doesn't bite my head off because I know how much they love Roman Reigns. He looked tough. I mean, he had that beard going and he was acting like ferocious in the ring, and I was thinking, oh no. But then also, let me just say this, you're only as good as your like competition or whatever, and Finn knows how to sell and make things look like they really hurt. So anyway, that's all I could think was great. Like, my husband's sitting over here chirping in my ear that he's going to be turning heel. I know deep down in my Mom Talks Wrestling heart that that's not going to happen, but yet, could it? I don't know. I was confused. So imagine my surprise when Finn actually won. I was elated. I mean, it's like finally, like, you bring up this really talented guy who has an awesome resume and he won. I'm so happy. And not only did he win, Finn, whoever's in charge of merchandising and graphic design, who knows, but Finn looked cool because he didn't have some like dopey gear on. Like, he has on his leather jacket. And while it says Balor Club, it still looks cool because it's just kind of like black embossed and it's not like in your face. I mean, he's legit and I love him. The only thing I wish he was really great at was speaking on the mic, but it doesn't matter. Like, his talent surpasses that. His entrance, just everything. So I cannot wait for SummerSlam. I mean, it's just right. It's just around the corner. And to watch Rollins and Balor wrestle will be a great match. Can I say dream match? Is that allowed? I mean, everything's a dream match in WWE. I really think it will be. I mean, they're both really talented. And I cannot wait to see what happens. I mean, I would be tickled whoever has the title. Personally, I think Rollins is probably better to have it to make it mean something, you know? And I think he'll retain, but nonetheless, I cannot wait to see this happen. And I really hope that this will be the feud that they push down our throats, because I was so tired of this whole brotherhood of Ambrose and Reigns and Rollins. Blah, blah, blah. Gag me with a spoon. PTL that, you know, Ambrose is on SmackDown now. And that Reigns is kind of like getting pushed to the sidelines. Like, I'm ready for this newness. This new belt. This new feud. I'm ready. Like, bring on SummerSlam. Okay, guys, I learned this about Brock Lesnar. And maybe you already knew because you're way smarter than I am. But, like, nothing's going to happen to him when it comes to WWE. Because, like, for violating a wellness policy. Or using drugs. Because he's a part-timer. And so the rules don't apply to him. What? That is tough. I mean, he's the beast. Right? I mean, don't you think that kind of just makes it like more like bad. You know, the fact that he did this, he won, he looked awesome. And like he probably knew that this would, like, that he would be exempt from WWE's wellness policy because he is part-time. So while Roman Reigns gets stuck with his 30-day suspension, like, nothing's going to happen to Brock Lesnar. And I feel like that just shows like what a bad guy he is. Like, he's a bad dude and he doesn't care. I mean, it's just what it is. And he's ready to wrestle. And what does he say? He's ready to like tear your head off. Remember that promo he had? I don't know, it was cool. I tweet at 432ELC hashtag Mom Talks Wrestling. My Tumblr is Mom Talks Wrestling, and this YouTube channel, Mom Talks Wrestling. Like, dislike, comment, subscribe, and let's talk about wrestling.